What if I told you one of the most successful women's college basketball programs in America is winning without transfer portal chaos, without chasing NIL headlines, and without rebuilding every single season? While over 1,300 Division I women's basketball players entered the transfer portal this year, South Dakota State lost absolutely nobody. So how is head coach Aaron Johnston building a winning culture in modern college basketball? Let's dive in. College basketball in 2026 looks nothing like it did back in 2000. Players transfer constantly. NIL money influences recruiting decisions, and many programs are rebuilding their rosters every offseason. But at South Dakota State Jackrabbits women's basketball, things are different. Head coach Aaron Johnston, who took over the program 26 years ago, has stayed committed to a simple philosophy: recruit players who truly want to be there. This season, not a single Jackrabbits player entered the transfer portal. That's almost unbelievable in today's college basketball landscape. Instead of relying on transfers, Johnston trusted his freshman recruiting class and focused on retaining the players already in his program. According to Johnston, the key is making players feel valued every single day. He believes players stay because they know their work matters, their development matters, and they are part of a long-term plan, unlike many programs chasing short-term success. Johnston says he avoids what he calls transactional relationships. In other words, he's not interested in players coming for one season just to boost their NIL value or increase their marketability before leaving for another school. For him, it's about building a home, a place where players can grow for 4 years, not just one. And honestly, that culture seems to be working. The roster is filled with players from the Midwest, including athletes from South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, North Dakota, and Wisconsin. Johnston believes the upper Midwest produces outstanding high school basketball talent, and South Dakota State has done an incredible job convincing those players to stay close to home. But recruiting talented players is only part of the challenge. In modern college basketball, coaches now have to recruit their own players every single year. Back in the early 2000s, transfers were rare because athletes had to sit out a season after changing schools. Today, players can transfer freely, which means coaches constantly worry about roster stability. Johnston admits there's always relief when a player officially says, "I'm coming back." Still, the Jackrabbits received massive news this offseason. All 10 eligible players decided to return for the 2026-27 season. That includes experienced veterans and promising young players who gained valuable minutes this year. With nearly the entire roster returning, South Dakota State once again looks ready to compete for another Summit League championship and an NCAA tournament appearance. But for Johnston, success isn't only measured by wins. He says one of his biggest goals is making sure players leave the program with lifelong relationships and meaningful experiences. Not just memories of basketball games, but memories of being part of something bigger. And in an era where college sports often feel driven by money and movement, that approach stands out more than ever. So while the rest of college basketball races through transfer, portal madness, and NIL drama, South Dakota State is proving that culture, loyalty, and player development still matter. Aaron Johnston's program may feel old school, but it might also be the blueprint for long-term success in modern college basketball. Do you think more programs should focus on building culture instead of relying on transfers every season? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more college basketball stories and sports updates.